So we're using my car's video camera. It's actually about $100 camera that normally faces forward, and it's a little bit of a wide angle also, high definition. It's actually a pretty good camera. I think the model number is GT500W or something like that. GT500 something. I think it's GT500W, in case anyone wants to know. But whenever my car's on and I'm driving, the camera's on. You never know what you might catch, or if you get in an accident, you got all the proof in the world you need. So, anyways, Bitcoin, you want to talk about the most volatile thing in the world. I don't think I've ever seen anything, stock, bond, gold, silver, I mean really anything, go up and down, which is volatility, like Bitcoin and all the other coins that go with it. You know, the other, as they call them, altcoins, or alternative coins. That would be the Litecoin and the Feathercoin and the WorldCoin and all that. So I'm watching, you know, Friday and Saturday, and man, I thought I saw Bitcoin down to like high 600s. I was in like 675 or something like that. It was just, you know, $1,200 something dollars, and it bounced up a little bit, 700-800, then it bounced back down a little bit just over this weekend. So this morning I checked, it's already back up to like 925, I believe, you know, US dollars. So, man, as I mentioned, I've got someone on there that's been following me for a few years on YouTube who sent me a little proposition. Hey, do you want to let me buy all the equipment and you just deal with it, because they don't have the time on his day-to-day, you know, life to do it, and it's a little complicating and that kind of thing. But once it's set up, it just sits there and runs, basically, aside from you changing which coin you want to mine. But anyways, I took him up on the offer, because I'm going to get a little cut out of it, of you know, whatever coins and stuff we're going to be mining. So it was kind of an offer I felt like I couldn't refuse. So I'm sitting there looking last night. There's a website called coinchoose.com. Coinchoose.com that tells you which altcoins, you know, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Feathercoin, WorldCoin, whatever, which one is the most profitable at any given moment in time. I may update like every minute. I don't know. It's pretty frequently. So I saw some new coin that I hadn't seen yet. You know, not to say that it's brand new, but it was a new coin that I have not seen yet, called, I think, Cinnamon Coin. There are so many flipping coins. It's getting unbelievable. And no matter which coin you use, you have to trade it in for Bitcoins. Then you can take the Bitcoins and sell them on an exchange like MTGOX or BTC-E.com or Coinbase.com. So normally when I go in there and I'm looking at to see which one's the most powerful to sell, you know, the best profitability, it'll range between 2, 3, 4, 5%. Is how they do that. Which, you know, and obviously the higher percent is better. So I looked last night, just poking around on my phone, actually, for a second right before I went to bed, and I see this damn, I think it was the Cinnamon Coin, is showing 30% profitability. I have never, ever seen numbers like that. So it's just, this is interesting to me, because I remember a good while back, in other words, many WebBot reports ago, as in probably at least a couple years ago, it talked about, and I'm not going to sit here and say this is a WebBot hit for sure or anything like that, but it talked about, as the United States starts to go down the toilet, the economy, the dollar, all the big stuff starts happening, all the crap we've been waiting for starts happening. It ultimately ends with the states saying, look, the federal government, you're just out of control, you're not listening to anything we say, the people say. So however this ends, there's going to be states, in not necessarily every single state, but there could be potentially regions of states that have their own dollar. This is what the webbot said. And when that happens, fortunes will be made as well as lost on people betting on the different states' money, which one's going to be more powerful, so to speak, which one is, higher, almost like currency trading now in the FX market, where it's the dollar against the yen, or the dollar against the yuan, or the pound against the dollar, whatever. And you on a day-to-day basis, you could win and you can lose, depending on how you bet. And the webbot talked about how the states would have their own currency, basically, and some states' currency will go up a lot more than other states' currencies, and vice versa. So that's why he said you can have a small fortune made, or you can have a small fortune lost. Maybe not even a small fortune. How about just a fortune? Because I don't think he used the word small fortune. He just said people will make fortunes and people will lose fortunes, because, again, for every winner there's a loser on these bets. So now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because of what I just said about the Bitcoin stuff. Here there are all these different altcoins coming up constantly. New one comes out. I looked last night. I have never, ever, ever seen an altcoin with a 30% profitability. And I still don't even know what that really means when it gives you the number of how much profitability there is. I know it's completely based on, and here's what I think it means. It's what I think it means. I never really asked to find out, but it makes sense to me. It probably will make sense to you. If you have all these different altcoins, let's say Feathercoin, Litecoin, and now Cinnamon Coin. And Feathercoin and Litecoin, let's just say they're showing 3% profitability. Yeah, one's 3 and one's 4%, all right? Then you have Cinnamon Coin that says 30%. I believe what that means simply is probably, Captain Obvious here. If you mine Cinnamon Coin, there's 30% more profit when you go to trade it into Bitcoins than there are the other ones. So it doesn't mean that a coin, for example, that is only 3% profitability isn't going to make you a decent amount of profit. It just means that which coin is more profitable than the rest of them at the time. So if I can mine one Litecoin a day, let's say, and they're around $30 per Litecoin, that means I'm making $30 per day, right? But if Cinnamon Coin comes out, and again, let's say that's 3% profitability against other coins and whatnot, and then another coin comes out, Cinnamon Coin, that's 30% profitability on the chart, that means it's going to be making a lot more than obviously $30 a day, because it's 30% more profitable than what I was doing, which was already doing well, which was $30 a day. So if that's only 3% compared to the other coins, and this new Cinnamon Coin is 30%, you can do the math. So this is almost like a day trader who sits at their computer, right? Everyone that does Bitcoins and Litecoins and all this stuff, watching these charts, and you got your automatic stop, your program, whatever program you're using to do your automatic stops and this and that. And I've already seen websites that, I'm trying to think if, I think Scriptsy, Scriptsy.com is an exchange that a lot of these altcoins are on. So you have to have an account on Scriptsy.com in order to sell your coins, or not sell them, but to transfer them out of your wallet that's on your desktop to that exchange. And then that exchange, you then sell them for Bitcoin. And then once you get the Bitcoin, you transfer them to your other account on, say, Coinbase.com, where you then will sell it for US dollars. And I noticed Scriptsy seems like the main one that's selling these altcoins. But every time an altcoin comes out, you gotta download the wallet, let it synchronize, which could take, depending on the network it's using or whatever, how many nodes it has or whatever, is going to be how long it takes, in addition to how long it's been around for the thing to synchronize. But usually, all of these wallets can be synced in a day's time, pretty much. even if you had a whole bunch of them open at the same time. But before you can even start mining these coins, you really got to have your wallet set up for the most part. I mean, I think you could join an exchange or a pool, a mining pool that already has it where you can do that. But I'm still recommending you get a wallet, a digital wallet. Whatever coin you're mining, you go look for the wallet. If it's Cinnamon Coin, you type in Cinnamon Coin wallet and go download the wallet, open it up, it'll start synchronizing. As soon as you hit receive on the tab of that program, all of them are the same. You hit receive, it tells you your ID, your address, where people or you will be mining and sending that coin to. But this thing is so volatile, it's incredible. It's already back to 925, right? And I went to do this partnership with this guy, and he said, all right, I'm going to wire you the money, and you just buy everything you need. And I already gave him the price list. I showed him exactly what I'm going to have to do this. And so he's like, all right, let's go ahead and do this. So he wires me the money on Friday. And being Saturday, even though my bank was open partially, the money never showed up, which is not the first time I've seen that. So today, Monday, I'm sure the money's going to be there here shortly. Not that it matters too much, because I told him already, I was like, look, I went ahead and bought the small stuff with my own money, because I wanted to get it en route, you know what I mean? Get that stuff en route, motherboard, processor, RAM, that stuff. All I have to buy now is the power supplies, which I need 4 of them, and then I need all 12 video cards. That's where the big money comes in. And I told him, I'm like, by the way, I can't find a single card. They're all sold out everywhere. And I kept looking and looking and looking. I even had a few people email me, and I still couldn't get them. So I've now decided, rather than using the Radeon 7950, because price-wise they're almost the same, they're very, very close in price, the new series of Radeon cards, which is the R9 series, they have a 270X, a 280X, and a 290X. And the 280 is the one that's in the middle. It's more powerful, obviously, than the 270, but not quite as powerful as the 290. But price-wise, it's right in line with the 7950s. And it's more powerful slightly. So, either way, I can't get my hands on any of these cards, but I'm going to, basically, if you want to get your own cards and start doing this, you better go place an order now, because I just went back to Newegg, where they were, 309. Some cards were 279. And I'm talking 7950s right now, those cards. And now all of them are showing up as like $359 and still out of stock. Orders coming in. So they've raised the price over at Newegg pretty significantly. That's a little higher than I want to spend per card. So I found some, like on Amazon, some other places that are 309, but they're sold out also. And I'm talking about the R9 280Xs. So I'm going to call around and ask all of them, when do you expect the shipment to come in? And whoever says the quickest, as long as the price is right around 309, we're going to go ahead and get 12 of them. So that's all I got for you. And I'll keep you posted. But this is just crazy with these Bitcoins and stuff, man. It is out of control. Literally.